John Cena's number one rival to me, honestly, is CM Punk. They never really had a whole bunch of matches. These are guys that were really kept apart. At some point of this, they were both baby faces, and even though CM Punk was the WWE champion, John Cena was the guy who was the legend, the guy that really put butts in the seats for the WWE. The first match that really ever stood out between CM Punk and John Cena was when they had some sort of a big show on Raw. And it came down to CM Punk versus John Cena. I don't remember if this was a draft or just some sort of a anniversary show, but as they were wrestling, the Nexus came down and they really raised hell. We didn't get a finish in the match, but CM Punk and John Cena both got laid out. The ring got torn up. The ring crew ran off. And it was one of the biggest nights there was. We wouldn't see them again until Money in the Bank 2011. Everybody knows the story of CM Punk was threatening to leave the WWE. He hadn't had a whole lot of fun there. They weren't really using him the way that he thought. But somehow along the way, CM Punk became the number one contender to the title. And he threatened to basically beat John Cena and take the title with him. I always thought this feud was pretty funny because CM Punk, to me, honestly, he hadn't won a match on pay-per-view or won a feud or won really a match that had been any sort of significance in almost a year. He had feuds with Rey Mysterio where he lost over and over again, and sometimes he'd be involved in tag matches or handicap matches, and he just never was able to pull out a victory from here. Of course, the one thing that comes to my mind is SummerSlam 2010. He had a 3-on-1 handicap match with him and his friends going up against the Big Show, in which they were not able to win. And then the next month they come around and CM Punk challenges him to a one-on-one match with the Big Show. You weren't able to beat him with two other guys. How are you going to beat him on your own? That came down to CM Punk was finding a way. He figured it out at the last minute. The story that WWE says is that he signed his new contract halfway throughout the show. He beat CM Punk CM Punk beat John Cena, and they started some sort of a viral sort of campaign of CM Punk showing up at the Cubs game, showing up at Comic-Con, showing off that he was the true WWE champion, even though Monday Night Raw would go on to hold its own tournament for the gold, which was won by Rey Mysterio, who in the same show he won the belt, challenged John Cena and had a match where Cena won, where they sort of hot shotted the title back to him, only for CM Punk to come walking out saying that he had rejoined WWE, setting up the SummerSlam 2011 singles match where CM Punk was able to beat John Cena before being cashed in on after the attack from Kevin Nash. Alberto Del Rio was able to have a title. This kept them apart for a long time until Raw 1000 after John Cena had won the Money in the Bank. He cashed in to have a match one-on-one against CM Punk, where CM Punk sort of went all in on his heel turn. We had seen it coming for a few weeks ahead of time, but we saw after the fact that Big Show came down and made John Cena lose via disqualification, losing his cash in. The Rock came down to sort of even things out, only to be hit by the GTS and sort of setting up what would be the Royal Rumble match, where The Rock would win the championship from CM Punk. But along the way, we had a singles match at Night of Champions, which was a very, very good match. It ended as a draw, as we had some sort of a back suplex where both guys got rolled up for the 1-2-3, with both guys' shoulders being on there. And then, of course, the last match these guys ever had. Hopefully, they'll have another one if CM Punk ever comes back. But the last match will be one of their best. A Monday Night Raw match, setting up WrestleMania 29, which sort of to me was a weird setup, but man, the match was so fucking good. John Cena, who had already won the Royal Rumble, was challenged by CM Punk. CM Punk thought that he should get one more shot at WrestleMania 29 going up against The Rock. Of course, this is before he became the number one contender to go after. Well, why would you need a number one contender to break the streak? But he would be the guy that got selected to go on to face Undertaker at WrestleMania 29. But of course, everybody's going to remember this as the pile driver match. Hopefully, there's more matches in the future. Hopefully, you guys will enjoy the John Cena DVD that comes out on Tuesday. It's kind of called John Cena's Greatest Rivalries. Whole bunch of matches, and it should be a good one. I'll see it soon. Peace out, everybody.